Sometimes in life you find people who take a simple idea and just run with it, which is exactly what Alex and Stacy, otherwise known as the Meringue Girls, have done. Welcome to my kitchen.
Hello.
Wow. OK, there's lots of colour here. You've managed to fill pretty much most of the kitchen with the colours are amazing, actually, on these meringues. The Meringue Girls have done things with egg whites and sugar I never thought possible. Their vibrant, multicoloured meringues use only natural colourings, and they're flavoured with a variety of freeze-dried powders. You think that this is the new thing?
It is the new thing.
Do you think so?
We know it's the new thing.
See, this is where we probably bend slightly. I think Cronut's the brand new thing. Cronut has been in, it only arrived 6 months ago.
People are sick of the cupcake, they're sick of the macaron. Yeah. They're looking for something, they're hungry for something new.
As far as I'm concerned, I look at meringue as egg whites, bit of sugar, and that's it. But you've taken it to a level which, frankly, is scary. You've got huge. I mean, do you sell them like that as a whole?
We generally just sell the kisses, and then we do like different bespoke orders.
And this idea has been going along for how long?
About a year now. Yeah, and it's just been a bit of a crazy roller coaster of meringuing.
Now, I recognise some of these dishes here. Obviously, these pavlova things going on here, which you've got quite substantial bases, filled with the cream and then topped with, oh, you've got fig or pistachio.
This one's a tray bake, that one's a pavlova.
And what do you have here? You have a meringue multicoloured rainbow...
Rainbow cake. Rainbow layer cake, yeah.
And these little, well, onions...
They're kisses.
Kisses? How'd you work them out as being kisses?
The little mouthfuls of heaven.
What's this one, then?
Ooh.
Gin and tonic.
That's gin and tonic?
Yeah.
What's I got gin and tonic in there?
It's flavoured with juniper berry essence, which tastes very similar to gin and tonic. What's the verdict?
That is gin and tonic.
Yes, it is, indeed. We wouldn't
Is it
lie to you.
alcoholic?
No alcohol.
Oh. Are you going to show me how you do that?
We are, indeed.
Kitchen's all yours. The Meringue Girls start by whisking up their egg whites.
We use free-range liquid egg whites because once upon a time we had a lot of yolks hanging around.
Alex and Stacy have a unique way of making meringue, which is halfway between the French style, which uses cold sugar, and the Italian way, which uses boiling sugar syrup. They heat sugar on a baking tray in an oven at 200 degrees for around 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's ready to roll.
Cool. The sugar's really hot to the touch now. The edges are lovely and caramelised.
The egg whites need to be whisked at high speed until they form stiff peaks. Then, whilst the mixture is still running, add the hot sugar 1 spoonful at a time. Once all the sugar is added, keep whisking for a further 5 to 7 minutes until the meringue mixture is stiff and glossy.
So now we've got our lovely, stiff, beautiful mixture, and we are going to use... We're going to flavour a little bit of this and show you how to pipe some gorgeous little kisses. This is a beautiful freeze-dried passion fruit powder, and then you just want to fold it through really, really gently because you don't want to knock out any of the dreaminess.
The dreaminess.
The dreaminess.
That's her kiwiness coming through.
I've worked with baking for a long time, but never heard of that before.
Stacey's word.
It is, my word.
So I've done these lovely stripes, just alternately down the side of the bag.
So you've done the inside of the bag?
Inside of the bag.
OK.
So we're going to fill it now with the passion fruit meringue.
She's left a little tip that she can
Just going to pull it down easy.
Yeah. And then you want to spoon it in as sort of as tightly as possible because you don't want any of those little air bubbles that are going to make your kisses ugly.
Yeah.
Basically.
You don't want ugly kisses.
You don't want ugly kisses.
So, pretty kisses, that's enough.
Cool.
I'm just going to push it all down, make sure that there's no air bubbles, and get all that colour sort of penetrate the sides. So I'm just going to cut the tip off, sort of 20p size, something like that. So, same, always piping rules, you know, keeping it tight, holding it down, so just squeezing and then lifting. And then, well, it's gone a bit marshmallowy, but the more you do, the more that colour comes through. And it's quite a stiff mixture. You're not getting that peak that you really want with art. But I think that's just because it's been sitting there for about...
It's an effective mix, though. I mean, the colours on it are incredible.
Yeah, vibrant colours and vibrant flavours.
While this is all going on, you want to turn
was
your oven
inevitable.
down to 100.
Yeah.
Do you want to have a go?
Yeah. Oh, thanks for giving me the bit at the bottom.
Sorry, yeah.
Oh, thanks a lot.
They were dodgy as it was. Here we go.
Gorgeous.
Oh, it's quite a difficult mixture, isn't it?
It is.
It's been sitting there too long.
Cool.
Okay, so
Gorgeous.
you do. I mean, I love the way that you got those colours on there. It's a great idea, actually, painting the inside of the bag to give you that effect. Now, they get baked off at 100 degrees.
Yeah. Yes.
How long do you bake them off for?
30 to 40 minutes. And you know when they're done. You want the mallow in the middle, never want them dried out. So just pull them off the baking paper, and if their bases are intact, but they're sort of hollow, you know they're done.
Perfect.
Okay.
So
You can chuck them in.
I'm looking forward to trying some of those. Thank you very much, ladies. I love that technique that you did inside the bag as well to produce that meringue. I think it was fantastic.
Thank you.
Now, it's my turn to bake, and I'm going to get Alex and Stacy to use their meringue expertise to add a final twist to my next dessert, the Queen of Puddings. The Queen of Puddings is a baked custard dessert smothered with a layer of jam and finished off with gorgeous mallowy meringue. To start with, you need to make the custard. Now, to make the custard, I've got 2 egg yolks and a full egg. I'm just going to whisk this together quickly to start with. I mean, this is a very old dish, very old pudding, and it's been around since the 1700s, actually. It was a way of using up the extra breadcrumbs that were around. And it was around since 1740, and it was named after Mary Berry. I'm sorry, Mary. You know I love you, really. The key flavouring for custard is vanilla. And for this recipe, I'm using a fresh vanilla pod, which I split down the middle with a sharp knife. Scrape the seeds out, like so. And then drop the whole pod into the milk and bring that to the boil. Next, you add the caster sugar to the egg and whisk until it's all dissolved. I know in here I'm going to put my breadcrumbs straight in. You don't have to have them as fine as this. You can have them quite chunky. So again, your breadcrumbs straight in. This is the stabilizer within the custard as well. This is what gives the custard its depth. Now, what you do here is I've got some milk, which is just coming up to the boil now. There it is, it's just gone. I'm going to pour that onto the egg. Always pour your hot milk mixture into the egg and not the other way around, and keep whisking or you'll risk curdling your custard. And then this mixture will go on top of the breadcrumbs. This is a classic baked custard recipe which I pour into pre-buttered ramekins. They need to be baked at 180 degrees in a bain-marie for 25 to 30 minutes or until the custard is set. There's a little bit of tension there, so if you touch the top, it's still jelly-like, it'll wobble. But it's got substance as well because you've got the breadcrumbs in there absorbing that liquid as well. So it's got more body to it than a traditional custard. So the next layer to add is the jam. Now I've got some raspberry jam here. Again, get a nice spoonful of jam, lay it on top of the custard, and just take the jam to the outside of the ramekin. Got to wait till the custard's nice and cool before you do this, so it doesn't bleed in, so you don't get any bleeding from the jam into the custard. So that's one. So what have you decided to do for the top here? What are you going to use, that meringue?
Yeah, we are going to flavour it, because you're doing a raspberry jam, we're going to do a lovely raspberry meringue with some beautiful freeze-dried raspberries.
So I've got one more to do.
Should we start mixing this in
Yeah.
later on?
Yeah, please, yeah.
Okay.
Lovely.
Lovely.
I think with the addition with this meringue, it should look quite spectacular.
We're going to paint it and do sort of little mini kisses, but you could just whack it on. But why not?
Absolutely, okay. You're going to do lots of mini kisses or one big kiss on the top?
A few little ones, I think.
Okay. To finish off the Queen of Puddings, Stacy tops each one with a vibrant raspberry-flavoured meringue mixture. The big fella's a kiss is one of these little fellas.
A little mini pecks on the cheek.
Little pecks on the cheek. So I'm just going to give it a quick blowtorch. I don't want to take too much colour off it.
Gorgeous.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
I think that, with that layer of jam, with those raspberry pecks on the cheek,
Exactly.
on the top, make the perfect Queen of puddings.